Hi everyone, it's Carla Chianelli with Discover Wanderlust Travel, and I wanted to give a quick update on a recent sailing I had on Virgin Voyages. At the end of January, I sailed with one of my best friends from the time I was 16, and it was our first experience on Virgin Voyages. We had an absolute blast, so I just wanted to throw some highlights out there on my sailing and let you know what I noticed on the cruise ship. So, first of all, like I said, we did sail at the end of January, and we were expected to stop in Key West as well as their private beach club in Bimini, Bahamas. However, weather wasn't very cooperative, so we did miss that Bimini stop, unfortunately, but we still made the best of it. Had a great time. Now, initially, when you get on the ship, you notice there's usually a large entry, a grand ballroom entrance. None of that on this ship. A lot of smaller spaces, just more intimate areas to sit down, have a conversation, have a drink, grab a bite to eat, whatever it is that you want to do, but definitely all throughout the ship. There's lots of bars, of course, lots of little spots to eat, a few restaurants to eat at. I will tell you there's no drink package on this particular cruise line. It's more of a pay as you go, and then anything that you decide you want to drink is added to your cabin bill at the end of the sailing. There's, of course, opportunity to get onboard credits, or if you intend to drink quite a bit, you can also purchase what they call a bar tab, where depending on the amount that you choose before you get on the ship, they will give you some additional money to spend at the bar. However, just keep in mind that any money that you don't spend on that bar tab, you will lose at the end of the sailing. So just something to keep in mind. Let's see. I'll mention about the drinks. The cocktails were out of this world. Definitely not watered down like a lot of the other cruise lines that you might have been on before. Just very handcrafted cocktails. Everything tastes really well. Some of the drinks that we had tried were espresso martinis, Negronis, hanky panky. I did try a mezcal margarita, which was amazing. Loved it. And various other drinks and this and that. But as far as the dining goes, the dining was out of this world. I've never experienced food like on a cruise ship like I did on Virgin. It was amazing. So some of the restaurants that we tried were Pink Agave, which was our favorite. And then right up there with Pink Agave was Extra Virgin and The Wake. Those were two of the other restaurants that we tried. I'll tell you that Pink Agave is their Mexican restaurant, and if you do go to that restaurant, you definitely want to try their Choco Taco and their prime rib. It was amazing, just delicious, and that was our first stop for dinner on the cruise ship. Loved it, and also that mezcal margarita. Give that a try. You may or may not like it, but definitely give it a try. The Wake is their steakhouse, and so there we had filet mignon. They also serve it with a head of roasted garlic, which was out of this world, just amazing. 3 times baked potato. We had sautéed spinach. Everything was just delicious, and I'll be sure to post some pictures of the food later, just so you can see the presentation. Aside the taste, it was just excellent. Another place we tried was Razzle Dazzle. We had that for brunch, which was not the favorite, but still very good food. Didn't get a chance to try it for dinner to see what that was like, but still, food was very good. Another top restaurant we tried was Extra Virgin, and that's their Italian restaurant. We tried various types of pastas. They had an amazing charcuterie. They had calamari. My personal favorite, because I love affogato, is they had a tableside affogato. So they made the affogato however you want it. They made it right next to the table and gave it to you. Best dessert ever. Please try it if you haven't. It's amazing. One thing to note with the restaurants, be sure to book your top 3 restaurants, at least the top 3 when you get on, when they first open, the opportunity to do that, which is usually, I believe, about 30 days prior to sailing, because those top restaurants will book out quickly, and then you may have some struggle changing the time if you need to based on show times and this and that. So just definitely keep that in mind. As far as the cabin experience goes, I will say that we stayed in a sea terrace, which is basically your standard cabin category above your interiors. So with that, there's plenty of space to get around. It includes a mini fridge. There is refilled water crafts, 2 of them each day. They'll refill it for you, or more often if you need it. Just make sure you bring a reusable water bottle, because they are a sustainable cruising company. So there's very little waste on the cruise ship. So just bring yourself a water bottle so you can refill at their refill stations, or at the crafts in your cabin. In the cabin, they also provide a decent sized closet. There's storage baskets, large space under the bed for your luggage. There's an extra chair, and of course that signature red hammock outside on the balcony. One other thing for controls in your cabin, they provide a tablet in which you can control the mood lighting. They have some sexy lighting, they had read lighting, and then evening lighting, all kinds of lighting that you can choose just with a touch of a button on your tablet. It also controls your entertainment, so your TV and your movies that are provided in your cabin. So definitely a nice experience in the cabin. As far as the entertainment goes, we did attend 3 nighttime evening shows that all include audience interaction, and participation is very much encouraged. Had a blast with this. I will say, you know, typically on a cruise ship there is a theater, and they will have, you know, theater style seating. They rearrange their theater room for every show that they have, just depending upon what the show is. So, for example, we attended, it was called their duel reality show, which was basically like I would say kind of like a circus show, but it's hard to explain. They split the seating. So there's an area in the middle for the show, and then your guests, you know, sit on each side in the seats. That was incredible show, very kind of terrifying, but it was wonderful. Another show that we saw was a dance show at the end of the cruise, and that was highly entertaining but very interactive. You dance with the entertainment and the crowd. It's wonderful. And then they had another show that I couldn't even put into words to explain what it was, but just very unique. That's all I'll say about the entertainment. It's definitely not what you've seen on any other cruise line before, but highly entertaining and very enjoyable. So. And some other experiences on board were a mentalist / comedian, I'll say, in one of their kind of like their main dance area. It's called the Manor, the iconic photographic Instagrammable spot where everybody takes pictures. Inside there, they had a mentalist who was great. It was the main spot for the evenings dancing. So if you're into like 80s, 90s, 2000s. They had disco one night. They had urban hip hop, all kinds of music, but that's kind of like the place to be in the evening for dancing. It's definitely high energy. I know there was Latin music throughout. They had live music throughout the ship. So there's definitely lots of music going on, lots of smiles. It was wonderful. I'll say they have theme nights as well. So most people have heard of Scarlet Night. So Scarlet Night is where everything's decked out in red on the ship. And really, it starts about 9 p.m. and ran till 3 o'clock p.m. I don't think I got to bed till about 3:30 that night. But we had an absolute blast. Just met some fun people. Everybody's very friendly. Just had a wonderful time. Another theme night they do is PJ night. So you wear whatever PJs you want to wear. Have a blast. Do that. And then fancy night. So you can choose to get fancy, do what you want to do, have a good time, have some drinks. All fun. Let's see. Next, I'll talk about the spa experience. So they do have a thermal suite package that you can purchase on board, and I would recommend, if it's something you're interested, check it out as soon as you get on the ship. And they do have packages available so it's a 3-hour block, and you'll be able to book your 3-hour block as quickly as possible because those spots that you might want to take might fill up in time. So the pricing was about $59 for a port day and $79 for a sea day. And also there is an option to purchase an unlimited spa thermal suite package if that's something you're interested while you're cruising. But I did partake in the 3 hours for one of the days, and the thermal suite package includes a tepid water pool, so that's just kind of like normalize your body temperature a little bit, and then you jump into a cold plunge, which obviously is going to drop your temperature a bit, and then you move into a jacuzzi, which is not super hot, but it's warm enough so that you don't feel like you're scalded, and then it goes down, brings your body temperature up a little bit so that you're warm. Then there's table beds to lie in and relax, hot steam room, there's a mud room, and basically what we did is we rotated between all of these spots for over 3 hours, so it was a really good time. Definitely take a look or get a tour when you get on board. I will say the crew was very pleasant throughout our sailing, helpful, and also very well educated on their products. Restaurant servers were amazing. Everything was great. Overall, I would say cruising with Virgin Voyages is overall a very lively and energetic experience, and definitely something where you can tie in some relaxation as well. So I wouldn't hesitate to hop on board again. If you have any specific questions, or just feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to chat about the experience. Hope it was helpful. Again, reach out if you have any questions. Thanks.